It's time to introduce the players for tonight's #1 singles match here in Kudos Bank Arena. Representing Team Australia, Alex de Minaur. And representing Team Russia, Daniil Medvedev.
And it's advantage Russia at the moment at the Kudos Bank Stadium. And it was a wonderful start for them as Daniil Medvedev comes out with his coach Shields Favara there. What a partnership they've been, and it is going to be a big ask for Leighton Hewitt to pick his team up. He's obviously got Alex de Minaur in the best shape of his life, as the Australian player's been saying, and he is going to be fired up to take on Daniil Medvedev out here. Bit of a body blow, that opening match though, Jim Courier, for Team Australia.
Yeah, it was. James Duckworth certainly had some chances to stake a 1-0 lead for the Aussies, but it was not to be. Roman Safiullin again pulling off a terrific performance, and he was the MVP in the first round for Team Russia, winning both points, winning his singles, as well as partnering this man, Medvedev, who had lost in his singles match to Hugo Humbert of France. Medvedev suffering physically in that encounter, played over at Ken Rosewall Arena in pretty warm conditions here. Air-conditioned, comfortable, cool.
Okay guys, so
looks like a nice contest ahead.
Changeovers, net device, for the towels you have boxes with the country name, clock on the boards, and just remember the new toilet break rule, 3 minutes at the set break. Any questions? No? Daniil, you want ATP or the World? ATP score. ATP? Receive. Side, good match?
Preliminaries done. De Minaur at home. This is a fabulous stadium as well, isn't it, Jim? I mean, just walking in here for the very first time when we came in and just looking around, it is absolutely stunning.
It's a beautiful arena. Often hosts lots of musical performances. The ATP final was here back in 2001, I believe, won by the captain of Team Australia, Leighton Hewitt. And it is a magnificent multi-purpose venue built for the Olympic Games, and now wonderfully in use here as the companion to Ken Rosewall Arena over at the tennis center nearby. And that's where these guys played their first round matches, not against each other, but they played over there. So this a slightly different atmosphere, energy, and I think importantly for Medvedev, climate, because he seemed to really be suffering physically with the heat in that first round.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a lot of time off, has he? Played Davis Cup as well, of course. So, as did Alex de Minaur. He's had his battles after catching COVID, of course, the Australian, just ahead of the Tokyo Olympics, and that certainly derailed what was promising to be another fantastic season. A couple of titles, of course, he just won in Eastbourne on the grass there. And we have to remember, Jim, he's still just 22 years of age.
He's 22 years old, but he's hungry. And boy, did he look impressive in beating the Italian Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 7-6 a couple of days ago. So he's got to be brimming with confidence, and he's going to need that going up against a guy who has become one of the standout performers in men's tennis, and certainly on a hard court is very, very difficult to beat.
Saw a little bit of everything from him the other night. Some of the best returning that I've seen against Berrettini. Serve from up close on the baseline from the 22-year-old Aussie. It was an absolute masterclass. In terms of ranking, that was his best win, equal best win in terms of beating somebody ranked 7 in the world. He is much loved in this part of the world, and rightly so. Handles himself incredibly well.
2 minutes.
Authentic, entertaining, as is this man. He is everything you hope from a sports person. He stayed true to himself. He's made the improvements, Jim, that he's needed to in terms of his temperament. He was always volatile as a junior, He had a reputation. He's worked very hard on that with a sports psychologist, with his coach, Gilles Savara. And of course, it was here back in 2018, really, where the transformation happened. He'd lost early in a challenger event, as we see the ranking there of world #2, came into Sydney. In fact, his now wife couldn't get a visa at the time. She was his girlfriend, to go to Auckland, where he was supposed to play, and then ended up staying here, coming through qualifying and having that amazing final with Alex de Minaur.
These fellas are playing now for the 4th time. That was the first time in 2018, the finals just across the road here in Sydney. Medvedev winning that one 7-5 in the 3rd. They'd play again later that year up in the United States in a small tournament in North Carolina. That was a first round encounter. Medvedev able to get through in straight sets, and then they played again a couple of years later into the season of 2020 indoors at the Paris Masters, and that one was a tussle, another 3-setter. Don't expect this to be one-way traffic. De Minaur is going to be full of confidence, and the question for me, Medvedev, I think, has plenty of confidence. I don't think he was rattled, Petch, by losing that match against Humbert the other day. I think the question for me is, he had to come back and play doubles after that, and he did well to partner Safiullin and help Russia win that one. What is he going to have in the tank if this thing does get physical and go long? Will Medvedev have recovered, regenerated? Going to find out, because one thing you do know is when you play de Minaur, it's not easy to finish points, and when you play Medvedev, he's not afraid of the long points either. We could have some 30, 40, 50 shot rallies in this one potentially. I hope we do.
Somebody that doesn't need regenerating and is always refreshed is our man Fitzy, courtside. Great atmosphere in here tonight, Fitzy.
Well, it is, mate. It's not packed down here, but the noise is quite vibrant, and there's a lot of anticipation, I think, Petch, after seeing what Alex de Minaur did just 2 days ago. Of course, the other man's a superstar, and I've got some history.
That is a tremendous effort.
Team Russia leads 3-1.
Stops the run and gets a chance to reset here and just get within a game if he can hold serve for the first time today. A couple loose shots there from Daniil, and then a really good deep return.
Does a decent job over the course of a year, de Minaur, in recovering a break when he loses his serve. About 25% of the time he's able to get it back straight away after dropping serve.
50 love.
Wasn't able to do it the first time around tonight, but he was the second. And there's that serve out wide.
Left for service.
You like the idea there?
Yeah, I do like the idea. First of all, if you can bring Medvedev to net on your terms, that's a good move, because he's adequate at best at the net. He can make some great volleys, but he can also hit a few clunkers. It's not where he wants to be. So I do like that.
(15-30).
Medvedev's start has brought the best out of de Minaur. Beautiful shot making that time from the 22-year-old.
30-14.
I'm not sure how many players can turn that defense into such a destructive shot straight off the bat. That was incredible from Medvedev there. The approach was almost perfect. Hard, deep, near the line, and he makes him play this volley.
Wingspan, Fitzy. He's like a 747 out there.
Looks a bit more like the Concorde.
That's a good one. Leighton's not the only one itching for a fight out here. I think the crowd's ready for a little battle as well. They're fired up.
Well, it feels as though we got a little nuance on plan A there from Alex de Minaur with the slice backhand there. Some lovely off-pace shots, getting the ball down low to the Russian.
Well, you don't see Alex try that too often, and that's an indication that he's really thinking his back's against the wall from the back of the court. He's trying to bring Medvedev forward with that short slice just to change it up a bit, but it's probably not his favourite play, and it's not a play he uses a lot, so it's a bit of a sign, I think, that he's struggling back there.
We talk often in tennis of depth, but sometimes a shorter shot against somebody like Medvedev, whose natural habitat is so far behind the baseline, actually works much better. You could see it was on the way down. Precious few simple shots. That was one of them. Unbelievable tenacity on show from Alex de Minaur.
Big chance to take the set here. 3 set points for the big Russian. There's another one saved. So 3 have come and gone. 2 more to play with.
Medvedev's put in a mirror ball of a performance, whichever angle you look at that opening set, it was perfect from his perspective. 6-4. And that last ace was the dagger.
Rock solid serving from Medvedev, and that's at 75% for serves made. That's going to get the job done. You can see he's got a little tape on his abdomen there. A little bit of, I don't recall seeing that from day one. A little bit of the kinesio tape that the players use on there to promote a little more blood flow and a little healing from whatever's going on. Here's a peek at the statistics. Big difference in first serves made. We talked about de Minaur just trying to press it a little too much, and he made half of his serves. You'd want that to be somewhere in the 60-65% range if you could get it there, but understandable that he's trying to find real specific spots on the court. 9 winners, 7 unforced errors on the left of the screen for Medvedev. That is really good, and what you don't see in the statistics is all of the defensive pressure that he puts on Alex de Minaur to extract those 9 unforced errors from the Aussie.
Russia leads 5 games to 1.
And still a heartbeat, still a pulse in this contest. And no matter what, still doubles to play, and that doubles could be meaningful when it comes time to figure out who advances out of this very difficult group into the semifinals. Oh, get out of town with that return. That's a good serve.
I think he was out of town from where he hit it.
Love 30.
De Minaur, of course, who won on the grass of Eastbourne. The one title that has come Medvedev's way that wasn't on a hard court was on the grass in Mallorca. Yet to conquer the clay, although we did see nascent signs of it at the Roland Garros this year from the Russian, starting to find his footing there. But it is on the hard courts that he has excelled.
Wow, what an effort from de Minaur.
How good are these players?
Talk about court coverage here. Good cross court one, nice stick volley by Alex, and then a lunge there.
He's glued that one to the line like he has so many before tonight.
15-14.
He is running out of runway now, Alex de Minaur. But he hasn't crashed and burned. It's just that this man has soared. 2 match points.
There's another stinging return this time. De Minaur able to blunt it, get it back in play, and save. Could be his demise for at least one more point. Well.
Australia. Deuce. Team Australia.
Kid's got a lot of heart, huh?
That was never in doubt from the first day we saw him compete. A luminous bit of skill as he lights up Sydney. Fabulous effort from de Minaur. So much entertainment, and it's only been an hour and 15 minutes. So often we talk about great matches being long. They don't need to be long, but this has just been electrifying. So many good points, Jim, to choose from.
Now, this is the one we showed you a little bit before. Alex works his way into the net eventually. Just the court coverage is astonishing. Look how deep Medvedev is. And then Alex reads that one perfectly and able to get it over. But you think Medvedev's there, isn't he? He just floated that one long. It's a good thing Medvedev is one of the top players in the world, and he's only going to be playing in the biggest stadiums of the world, because where he likes to play from, you cannot play from in some of the outside courts. The space simply does not exist.
Every minute, every shot, every point that he stays on court for a little bit longer against Daniil Medvedev is an opportunity for de Minaur to acquire more information that will be important for him going forward.
Now, he's played Medvedev 3 times, but he's never played this Medvedev, who is now fully formed and a champion at the highest level.
Love.
Medvedev quite content just to stay in the rally and just wait de Minaur out. No real risk taken by the Russian in that rally.
Yeah, F1 has its DRS. Medvedev has his DNM, do not miss. Transforms himself into a wall.
Twitchy, however, here at the finish line is Medvedev. Went big on the second serve at 30 love, and then that's an early error. He's offering hope to Team Australia.
Left for service.
Just missed it. And it's another match point for Medvedev. Had a real look at it.
40.
The net definitely helped Alex on that one, but he couldn't locate the pass.
It got a little problematic towards the end, but it was an emphatic performance from Daniil Medvedev. Team Russia win the tie against Team Australia. Still an important doubles to come tonight, of course, but that was Medvedev at his best.
There was some strong play from Medvedev. Comes over to pay his respects to Team Australia. He lifted, no doubt he lifted from a couple of days ago where Ugo Humbert got the better of him. He was in better form today and also in better conditions, not as hot inside the controlled conditions here. And he gave Sydney a taste of why he is a Grand Slam champion in an era where that has been very, very difficult to achieve. Russia came in as one of the big favorites here and suffered a pretty severe blow to their, what you would think, their chances when Andrei Rublev and Aslan Karatsev both tested positive for COVID before they were able to get on the plane and arrive in Australia. So some substitutions came in, and Roman Safiullin has proved up to the task. They have won their first couple of ties, but it's not over yet. Doubles to play here. As you pointed out, it could be meaningful. Australia still has a chance to advance to the semifinals by virtue of the round robin. There is another big contest for both of these teams ahead in a couple of days' time.
Love the scenes at the end. Love the scenes at the ATP Cup with the other teammates. Here is Daniil Medvedev with Fitzy.
Daniil, before we get on to this evening, I think from all of Australia, congratulations. You're a Grand Slam champion since we've seen you last.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks. I think you are the last one to congratulate me. It's getting
the last one.
Lower. First it was like here, everybody. Now it's I haven't heard it for some time.
Well, you got to the final of the Australian Open. You nearly were last year, but the US Open, did it make you feel any different as a not as a person, but as a player?
It just gives you extra confidence because you know, Australian Open was my third Grand Slam final. And no, actually second Grand Slam final. And you know, I mean, the more I could have lost, the more it would actually bring my confidence down in a way, because, well, you wanna win one, at least in your career, and I'm happy that third time was lucky for me.
It must be a good feeling. Not many of us experience that. But look, you've had a long year. You finished very late. You like the team events, as you like this one, it seems, and you played right to the end of the year. Have you had enough rest?
No.
How can you come and play this well so early in the season?
I think, yeah, that's how we all play for the country. I mean, you saw it with Alex also. It's 5-0, you know. Maybe any other tournament, you never know, could be easier. Here, he knows that there are people watching him. He needs to fight till the last point. Same for me before the match. Need to be honest, I was not feeling great, and I didn't tell this to anybody from my team because I knew that I have to go out, have to try to win. Took some painkillers, and yeah, was able to play some good tennis.
Right. So you have some physical ailment, or you just felt a bit ill?
Well, I played 4-hour study in a row 2 days ago. That's the only reason. But yeah.
Okay.
That we didn't play 3 hours today will help me for next match.
And you were very excited about winning the doubles the other night. When you did actually not win a match for Russia there on 2 days ago, but to win the doubles, you were so excited. We were very impressed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best doubles players normally, but this match we played huge, and I mean, I was so happy for the team, for Roman. I mean, the guy is winning every match he plays. So yeah, it's a special feeling to play for the country, and you know actually the ATP Cup and Davis Cup we won. We and Andre didn't lose many sets, so it was kind of, yeah, well, it's okay, you know, we're just winning. Here it's different. I lost a 3-hour match, had to go play doubles in 25 minutes. You know, we were the big underdogs in doubles, managed to win. It's different emotions. Of course, you want to win easier, but the tougher you win, the more emotions you have, actually.
Okay, mate, thank you. And just quickly on Roman, how well do you know him? Did you grow up with him a little bit, and to have him as a teammate tonight, he was very outstanding.
Yeah, tonight he was unbelievable. I was watching the match in the locker room, had definitely some goosebumps, bad side and good side. And I know him since we were like 10, 12 years old. We're at the same age. He was an unbelievable junior player, had some bad lucks with surgeries and injuries. So I'll be only happy if we will have one more guy knocking to the top from Russia.
Yeah, you have some depth. So well done, mate.
Thanks.
This was so entertaining tonight. This is an amazing player we're seeing emerge as a great champion. Thank you.
Lovely interview from Fitzy, and he always speaks so well and eloquently, doesn't he, Daniil Medvedev? We have to remember, of course, that is not his first language, so to be able to do that is also extra special. Moved down to the south of France, Cannes, where his sister was, to go and get better tennis practice for nights like this, Jim.
Yeah, and he can speak eloquent French as well. That's how he and his coach, Gilles Savara, communicate. He communicated beautifully with his racket strings tonight, didn't he? Boy, was it a complete performance from the Russian. An hour and 19 minutes to complete the effort. And the 24 unforced errors on the right side from Alex de Minaur, I don't think they were unforced. I think the defensive capabilities of Medvedev forced Alex to go for too much, and he would not be the last